Hey everyone. So most of you, those of you that know, I just had a birthday. It was a round number, and originally I had much grander plans for my 40th birthday. I kind of was hoping to be able to do something, I guess, especially noteworthy. Uh, maybe be somewhere with a couple of friends, and I know, it would probably be a big ask well, maybe not so much if COVID hadn't happened, but pretty much that's the thing I'm blaming for not having more significant plans for my birthday. It basically ended up kind of being, I guess, a standard birthday, which is nothing to complain about. I had a good time. We saw Thor 4. I went to a Japanese restaurant that's local to here and had one of my favorite desserts, which is a fried ice cream. And as far as presents, I am very happy with what I received. I didn't plan as well as I usually do, at least as far as letting my mom know. But I got an emergency kit and a first aid kit for my shiny new car, which, again, hopefully we will never need, but it's a good thing to have just in case. You never know. I mean, if something does happen, it's always great to be prepared. I received the Digimon movie, the last one in the original series continuity, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I know that I'd heard a review of it that wasn't super flattering, but I'm hoping it'll hit me better than it hits them. But either way, I'll enjoy it. And macadamia nuts, which are my favorite nuts, and a really nice professional knife, which I haven't had a chance to use on anything yet, but I'm sure I will in time. And I had a good birthday. The movie was fun, and I took the previous day off, not because it was my birthday or birthday related, but to tell you the truth, I just had a really very complicated weeks. Since like between the extra dentist stuff and the car stuff and a couple of other things that have nothing to do with anybody other than my own issues, I just decided that I needed an extra day off. And maybe I know that the next coming week is going to be busy at my job because there's a few things that I have to try and take care of, at least three things that I have to try and do over the next 5 days, which I mean is a good amount of time. It's probably enough time to get it all done. It's just it's gonna be busy. But anyway, I had a good birthday, and I guess that is all that really matters. It wasn't in a different city with a bunch of friends like I kind of hoped it would be, but COVID kind of rendered that unlikely because, for one thing, it interrupted, I think, just about everybody's lives, and my cash flow is interrupted, and it just didn't seem appropriate to try and plan something, I guess, of that kind of scale. Uh, and by the time I did get a job, I didn't think it would be suitable to try and restart those plans, at least not this year with everything going on. And so yeah, pardon me. But anyway, overall, I guess the takeaway is that I had a good birthday. Maybe nothing notable. Um, I didn't take any fursuit pics, which I guess, I mean, I don't know if that makes me a bad furry, but I thought about it and I just decided just wasn't in the mood, so I didn't. But that being said, I did go out yesterday for birthday donuts. I did it a day early because I kind of thought that, given all the other things I was planning to eat that day, that it was probably a lot to cram into one day. But that being said, I bought my usual tray of birthday cookies as well, which, because I don't really do cake. For one thing, I'm the only one that would eat it, and as with anything, you know, most of the sweet stuff, I'm the only one that would eat it, and it would stick around for quite a while. So we just, this year I made sure to get 6 donuts instead of a dozen, because when I got a dozen donuts, it seemed like a good idea at the time, but Shag only eats one, and then the other 11, it was like I spent the next 4 or 5 days trying to eat the donuts, but this time it worked out much better. I had the 6 donuts. He had one. I had the other 5 in over the course of like 2 or 3 days, and it was good. I mean, I don't get donuts often, mostly well for a few reasons. I might buy some for the office at some point, but I try not to keep stuff like that around the house for obvious reasons. But every once in a while, usually about once a year for myself, I'll buy myself a bunch of donuts. And usually about twice a year, I'll buy myself a container of those Italian cookies, which I really like, which are from Scotto's. And, that's usually enough for me. It's just the occasional treat, nothing excessive, but just something, every once in a while I like to treat myself like that, so I will. Um, let's see. Uh, I guess writing news, things are going okay. I mean, I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to work on things and not so much focus on anything other than just sitting down and working on it and just putting something down on the page and not critiquing it as I go, as sometimes tends to happen when I start, I guess, feeling like it's not flowing. I start looking for reasons why, and it just doesn't go well. But I've been working on a couple of different things, patterns, I guess, to try and see if I can improve that. And it's been going pretty well. I'm working on one project that's kind of like Sunday only, which is like my secondary project, which has been going all right. I think I might try and do that. I have like one project that I try and work on every night, and a Sunday only project for something different during the day, and also possibly, I'll see how well it goes, but I'd like to try and maybe devote like 30 minutes a day to a short story that I can just kind of work on, and just so that I can have something to periodically release, both to show you guys that I'm working on something and to get something out there, and also to maybe keep myself from obsessing too long over some of these pieces, because I am I sometimes tend to be very perfectionist, and it just I'll hang on to some of these pieces forever, and it's just like it doesn't do me any good if I don't release them, right? But such as part of it is that I have these grand plan that seems easier, I guess, to plan than it does to actually execute. I don't know. Yeah, I'm working on it, but it's hopefully going to result in some stuff coming out periodically from time to time, and trying to find the right balance as to how I have enough things to keep me busy, but not so much that I feel overwhelmed and all that other stuff, so that I focus on the right things, so that I keep working on it and not getting like obsessive about comparing myself to other people, or how much I'm getting done, or how much it feels like I'm getting done, and so on and so forth. But in video news, obviously, I took this weekend off from doing my normal filming day. This is being filmed on a Sunday. But I will, let's see. Right now, I'm working on a video review, and I'm working, of course, obviously, on this video that you're watching right now, which is being filmed the day after my birthday, July 24th. So, whenever you guys see this, it'll be a couple weeks later. Let's see, I do have some scripts finished for both Signal and for the autobiography of Catherine Janeway. Obviously, I did not have time to film it right now. I probably will try and do that the next video session I get, which will probably be the last video session I will get to do before Star Trek Las Vegas, which I will talk about in a minute. As far as the new car, I believe the video has already come out, in which you get a good look at both the exterior and interior of our new family vehicle, which I am very pleased with, a 2022 Hyundai Sonata. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go take a look at the video. It's not too long, because I try and make my videos reasonably brief most of the time. I mean, this one's probably going to be long because I got a lot of things to talk about, but this is what chapters are for. So, if you want to skip to a specific topic, you go right ahead. As far as books I'm reading, right now I'm still working on Defensive Baking. I'm almost finished with it. Another couple of days, and I should be able to work on the script for it. And I'm also reading Star Trek: The Next Generation, Headlong Flight. which is about a dimension-hopping planet that is going between about 5 different dimensions, one of which has a version of the Enterprise D where Captain Picard did not survive the battle with the Borg. And I mean, it's kind of really interesting because I mean, I like that sort of thing for one. Sort of thing, alternate universes, multiverse. That usually is kind of my bag. Um, and with the alternate universe, it has a lot of the characters that we just haven't seen in a while in the Next Generation continuity. Um, they have a version of Data. They have a version of Tasha and stuff like that. And it's probably I think one of the few cases where you've seen Tasha and Worf at the same time. Um, I mean, I understand why Denise Crosby chose to leave the series back in 1987, but I kind of really wish she'd stuck around because I would have loved to see a couple more seasons of Tasha. But such is life. I understand. But it's and speaking of Star Trek, Star Trek Las Vegas is now pretty much a month away. With the next 30 days being the final stages of planning. I have a couple more arrangements to make, but most of them are already pretty much set in place. This year it will be at the Bally's Casino instead of the Rio. I'm hoping it's a temporary move. As far as I understand it, they are rebranding some of the facility because it switched hands. I forget which company has it now, but um, I assume that was why they moved the convention. I kind of hope that it goes back to the Rio in future years just because I like the Rio and, it kind of feels like home. But we'll see exactly what they end up doing. I mean, maybe I'll like Bally's better. I don't know. They might stay there. It's a lot of things in flux right now. It's like this will be a 4-day convention instead of a 5-day con. I don't know if they're going to go back to the 5-day model. I kind of, again, hope they do. But whatever ends up happening, I will work it out. But we have a good amount of photos lined up this year and a good amount of autographs I'm going to have to try and hunt down. It'll probably be interesting to see if I can manage to do all that. But usually I know that it's doable, and con staff will help you out if you have a conflict. So I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. But sometime within the next 3 weeks, I will be rebluing my hair so that it hopefully looks nice and bright for photos and all that good stuff. Let's see, as far as Star Trek Las Vegas, I can also mention that we're going to go to Amalfi, which is supposed to be Bobby Flay's restaurant, or one of them, because we usually make it a point/tradition one of the first couple of nights of the con to go to a really nice restaurant from a famous chef that we've kind of admired. First year we went to Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen. The second we went to Giada's restaurant, and that was really good. And I remember both of those meals just because they are particularly so memorable. But other than that, I mean, they'll be. I think it'll be fun. I mean, it's kind of one of those things that I look forward to all year. It's not an exaggeration to say that I spend 6 months planning for this convention, and I'm gonna wear a mask on the plane, do everything I can to stay healthy and safe, because this is something I put a lot of work into, and of course, as you guys know, I'm a huge Star Trek fan, so it really means a lot to me to be able to go. And I'm hoping that this year, that things are, I guess, closer to normal than they were last year. They were mostly all right, but I'm really hoping that this year things are nice and smooth. So there'll be more with that, and of course, when we come back, there'll be an after-action video, and I guess at that point, I'll have to finally do some costume maintenance because one of my suits has popped a seam a little bit. I think it's one of the light body suits, but I think I can fix it. We'll cross my fingers because I don't really think it's worth sending back to the maker to try and have them repair it. I think I can, with my sewing skills, I think I can fix it if I give it an attempt. But we'll see how that goes. And as far as, I guess that's all I'll discuss for now. I have been pondering costume leanings lately and seeing what I want to do, going forward with a few things. But, of course, if I entertain that idea, there's a lot of questions I would need to answer. And, not something I really want to discuss in this particular video. But in any case, I had a good birthday, and hopefully next year will be better, and I will talk to you all soon. Catch you later.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. Catch you later.